Piñatas are a unique, four-dimensional art form. Because their beauty is both in shape and color, and time, through a communal process of destruction and surprise, they present a challenge for designers. The anchor between piñata and rope must be durable enough to hold the weight of the candy inside while it's being destroyed. This video details an informal test of 3 types of anchors. I will refer to each by the name of the son whose leftover candy I stole to put in the respective test piñata. The frayed rope and knot I named after my son Gherkin. The bent hanger and hook I named after my son Loaf. And the 3D printed filament and metal eye bolt I named after my son Espen. I'm primarily interested in the drop test, but I'll also conduct a smash test. I was genuinely surprised by some of the results, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Mentally make your bets about which will do the best, and by how much. Any last requests before we get started? And no, you cannot have another candy cigarette. So here are the 3 spherical test piñatas I used. I ended up attaching their lids in 3 different ways, and none of it turned out very well. The next iteration has a different lid system, so I was just testing to see if I could make them look nice like this, and not so much. I got the exact amount of candy in each piñata. I supplemented the candy of whoever had eaten the most, since I figured the son who would care the most would receive the most additional. Also, here's the next generation 3D printed parts, which use magnets to attach. I wanted an honorary mention / baseline test with no anchor to go to my 4th son, whose name is Axehead, so I included that like so. I originally was going to do from 5, 10, and 15 feet, but I settled for 5, 8, and 12 after running into trouble with the latter height and drop location. Axe's piñata worked surprisingly well, though I attribute that 100% to the lack of weight. I have no doubt that with a full load of candy, it would not pass the 1, 2, or 3 foot test. It did not, in fact, fail, even at 12 feet, which was my first surprise. I didn't have a short enough length, so the piñata was hitting the ground a bit. I shortened it up, but Loaf's 8-foot test definitely hit the ground hard. It loosened near the top strands of rope and put a dent near the bottom. So far so good though. The 12-foot drop definitely started tearing at the body of the piñata, and even more from the rope strands at the top. Still, it held. Next up, Gherkin's piñata, the metal hanger. The 5-foot test was starting to show. The 8-foot just pulled right out. It just ripped straight through the paper. If I had added extra paper, maybe that would have helped, but this one was surprisingly disappointing. Sorry, Gherkin. The final was Espen's, which nailed the 5-foot and 8-foot tests. The 12-foot test was similarly good, except for bouncing and hitting the camera. I did multiple 12-foot tests and didn't notice a single issue. Clear winner.
I mean, that was already there.
As for the smashy-smash tests, I'm using a stick, a broom handle, and a metal golf putter. Loaf's piñata held up well against the stick and the broom, but the putter, not so much. I forgot to erase Gherkin's, but he obviously did not join in any of this. Espen's was about the same as Loaf's. I'm making slow but steady progress on my piñata making aspirations. As a 4-dimensional art form, they're just too interesting and fun not to. And we here at Classy Hippo Studios have to acknowledge that my kids' names may or may not be Aspen, Gherkin, Loaf, and Axe Head, in case you were getting worried.